Love Island USA, episode 11. Let's get into it. I can't tell if this episode had a lot of lore, but I still have thoughts. Hi, my name is Stella, I'm a licensed therapist that specializes in all things relationships. But everything I say is just my opinion and it's based off of assumptions. It is not a fact. Let's remind ourselves that we don't know these people. You don't know these people. I don't know these people. So anything I say cannot be definitive. It cannot be used as fact, and it cannot be used as a formal diagnosis. Thank you. That being said, before I get into the video, before I get into this episode specifically, I wanted to ask if it was worth me unpacking After Sun or if I should do After Sun every single week. I think After Sun is so much better than it has been in the past, but I know some people just don't want to watch it. So I don't mind making episodes unpacking it so that you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I personally think you should, but again, just let me know. That being said, let's get into the video. First, I wanted to start with our girl, Kenzie. I can't even say she's my girl because she's not my client, but she is entertaining. But she's also pissing me off, so I don't really know. Because why on earth is she telling Carolina Cowboy Ken that her biggest red flag with him is his age, that she's never dated a guy younger, that she doesn't really feel comfortable with the age gap? Meanwhile, even though she's saying she never dated a guy that's younger, Corbin is literally the exact same age. The exact same age as him. I don't know if she just forgot because Corbin looks much older than 22, but how is she going to say that with her entire chest? Meanwhile, his competition is his age. I'm so surprised that Carolina Cowboy Ken didn't clock that immediately. Aren't you literally with a younger man in this very moment right now? Not to mention he's only a few months older than me. I think our girl's confused. Kenzie reminds me of a first semester college freshman who grew up with extremely strict parents. And if you get it, you get it. No further explanation needed. Let's move on, shall we? Gabe. Gabe. Gabe is Hannah from last season and Bea is Charlie. If you get it, you get it. No further explanation needed. Thank you. On to the next, because I really want to make this quick. I'm relieved that Melanie is finally understanding what we have been feeling about Sincere. She made that comment saying Sincere is anything but his name. Little does she know we've been making that joke and making that conclusion well before she did. But you know what? She got there. That's what matters. Does it mean she's over him? Absolutely not. For the same reasons I've mentioned in all of my previous videos. She is attached to him. She's codependent on that relationship and that validation. They're not done. Or at least the ball is in his court. Same with Corbin and Kenzie. Not to say that Kenzie has the same hold on Corbin and that their dynamic is the same, but Corbin is not done with Kenzie. We already know that. And for this very reason, Mel and Corbin, although they are good together, I don't think are going to go far. I don't think. They might surprise me, but oh no. And I wanted to briefly talk about Soul because I know people wanted to know my opinions, but I stand by what I said. In this recent episode, she talked about how the vibes in the villa just weren't great, primarily because she isolated herself from these women in order to pursue Sincere. Not saying that the women did a good job of making her feel welcomed, but if you don't make the effort to connect with the women in the villa or the men, if you were a bombshell, you're gonna feel isolated. And yes, I know this is Love Island, not Friendship Island, but if you just focus on the love and not the friendship, you will feel isolated as fuck in this show. Friendships get you through the heartbreaks that are inevitable in this experience. Therefore, you can't just focus on love, especially because nothing is guaranteed when it comes to the love aspect. There are more people that walk away with lasting friendships from the show than love. So do the math. But I don't have any personal issues with Soul. I don't know enough about her. I think she's been through a lot. I think she, has a lot of discernment when it comes to men. Since honestly, I take that back. I guess discernment's not the right word. She has a lot of decorum. Yes, decorum. But I don't know how I feel about her and KC. I think something could be there, but Anaya is going to lose her mind. And this is the thing. I've never been a big Anaya KC fan. I'm not saying I dislike them. I think they're adorable as a couple. I just don't think they're that strong. I don't think they've explored enough, which I'm not saying you have to explore, but I don't know. I don't feel that pull to them as a couple. And I hate to admit this because I do not with Zach, but I see more chemistry between Zach and Kata than I do Casey and Anaya. Don't shoot me. But again, anything can change. I mean, we saw him. He was giddy when it came to Soul. Soul has that pull on men. She will get men feeling, excited and confused at the same time. She's like a siren, honestly, but a good one. Now let's talk about my least favorite Islander, Zach. Zach and Kata, this episode one, I don't agree with the fact that they should have been the first couple going to this secret hideaway. Again, we see things, they see things that we don't see. My bad. But I don't know. My personal bias, I don't think it should have been them. But based off of what Trinity said, like them being so affectionate with each other, them, blah, 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 I get why they chose them. Am I happy about it? No. But I wanted to talk about one thing in particular, and it was when Kata was upset when Zach would not sleep with her. One, not a fan of that. I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I had the same opinion with Huda and Chris, and I'm not going to just pile on Huda. Don't like her, still don't like her. But the thing is, when I have an opinion about one thing, I'm going to keep it across the board. I don't think anyone should be pressured into having intimacy, if you know what I mean. And her having an attitude because he wouldn't want to get with her, not a fan. Am I going to immediately say she's a bad person and I don't like? No. Granted, what she did was not nearly as severe as what Huda did. Huda threatened the poor man. But that being said, not my cup of tea. At the same time, I feel like it was coming from a very anxious place because this man has been so invested, so into her, but then pulling that avoidance shit at the same time, which makes her pull even more. And I think this is not, I'm not sure, but my assumption is he did not want to sleep with her because he's pulling the typical avoidant man bullshit. The whole, I don't want her to get attached to me. Once we have sex, they can get attached. I don't want him to get attached to me. You've seen this move. You've seen this play out before because to avoidant men, sex seals the deal. So he's thinking, do I really want to do this? Considering there's so many other women that are going to come in the next few weeks, do I really want to lock this in and potentially have this woman have every right to hate me if I decide to explore? That's just my assumption. Anyways, that's all I have for now.